Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new season of Overtime Champions! Today we will have Team Yellow Jackets and Team Velocity facing off in Season 5. I am the No Hype Caster, and with me today is none other than HX9.
Hey, how's it going? It's been a pretty good day for me today, and it's just about to get better with this match.
Oh, I do believe so. We're going to see some tasty plays during today.
All right, well, as we go into Oasis here, let's talk a little bit about this map. Oasis is one of the King of the Hill maps, of course, and definitely has a little bit less of a variety than the other King of the Hill maps when it comes to compositions. We're hitting up the gardens on the first map. What are we expecting to see here?
I think in this part of the map there is a lot of vertical space, so I am expecting a Pharah. No doubt, Pharah, for sure. And of course, with the Pharah, what do you need? You need her friend Mercy. Always. Those two are always together.
Yeah, for sure. And I think on this part of the map, you're absolutely right. That vertical space is absolutely key. So Pharahs are great. From the tank side of things, I like seeing a lot of dive on this map, but we do see a Ryan Zarya potentially coming out here, and that can also be pretty good at just kind of holding the point. But I don't know. I kind of favor dive on this one.
I think as for this one, as soon as you can get on the point, the Zarya and Reinhardt combo, that'll be a force to be reckoned with, because that'll be very hard to break apart with that shield tank.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very difficult to break. And as we kind of push into this first round here, they're rolling out with that. Looks like they're rolling with the Zen Mercies on both sides on the healing comps. One team did get the little Lucio boost first, and it looks like it's going to pay off for them right at the beginning here.
I do believe so. Looks like we're going to having Team Red over here jumping right onto the point. Scurry right there, gating the high ground already, and putting down the bubble. And we're gonna see Pharah floating down right onto the point, taking the high ground right from him as Winston jumps away to safety. Reinhardt over there, as I've said before, the shield, it is a shield. It's like Trump's wall. You can't get over it. They'll just keep throwing you back. Never mind. Looks like our famed Reinhardt Trump wall has gone down.
Well, yeah, and what's interesting there is that, like we were talking about, that vertical space, Pharah went down really quickly. Flame Caliber kind of dying a little fast there, not really getting good angles. And when you're playing Reinhardt Zarya against this Pharah, it can be pretty difficult to protect yourselves. So Jeffys was able to get behind him and really cause a lot of damage. This dive definitely was the comp I was looking for, and it paid off for these guys.
I think now at this point, they just have to find a way to push it in one direction and not get swamped from both sides. That is this comp's ultimate weakness. If they get dived and they get dived both sides, that is the end for them, because they can only really focus on one target at a time.
Absolutely, it looks like we got a little bit of a wrap-up here. They're gonna go ahead and clean up this D.Va. For some reason, they're staggering her. She's holding the point. They actually capped the point there kind of in the middle. D.Va's knocked off point during that. And what's interesting here is they were able to just kind of push in here, and Jeffys actually wasn't able to get a whole lot of damage there. Getting kind of taken out there, kind of pushed back by this team comp. Also, this Reaper swap from Flame Caliber getting off the Pharah, able to just put up so much damage. They got him onto the point very quickly, and that's how they were able to take this one over.
Yeah, that Reaper Is a they're two, both their Winston and their Diva. That is like a lot of feed for that Reaper. And it's perfect too, because since it's a dive comp, they have to get to him. All the hard work is already done.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like there is going to be some diving in here. Jeffy's kind of laying down some fire, and Sober actually unable to get the Mercy before she gets the res. Does get the hammer down though, is able to smash her.
Sober
there's a lot
gets
of
the
kills
pin
going
on the
here.
Mercy. That is very crucial for their team, but it is not enough to keep the point. Looks like Team Red will be getting on this point. And leaving the Reaper to stagger. But
Oh yeah.
before he takes out, I do believe he took out their McCree. So that is one less, I guess that's one less person for both sides. Even 5v5. Since it is a control point map, they are spaced out somewhat very similarly. Just that one team is on the point, one team is not on the point.
Yeah, right you are. Look at this Winston dive in here. He's getting a little bit of damage on the tanks, but he's not really, you know, hitting anything that's really weak. He was going really low.
Ooh, we're gonna see that McCree actually get up on high ground. He's gonna be doing it out with the Reaper. And the Reaper goes down to the McCree. We're seeing a lot more red on this point than there are blues. Looks like the red team is gonna be able to hold it.
Yeah, they definitely held it there. You know, their Winston kind of dived in, was in a kind of a bad spot, but what ended up working out real well is he kind of went around the corner there and took a lot of the team out of the fight there. So the rest of his team was able to get around the back and take out the, just take out everyone else who was still on the point. They split the team in half inadvertently, I think.
Yeah, I think the thing with there was they each had their own little battles, but I think their McCree did end up taking out their Reaper, so their Reaper was a really crucial player in order to take out the Diva and the Winston, basically destroying the dive comp. But since he died pretty early into the fight, that last one, they couldn't take it because no Reaper to counter them.
Absolutely, but they did come back in here with 5 ults, and they were able to take everything down. I didn't even have to use their Reaper ult. He just kind of was able to survive without it. Now they've got the point. There's only a little bit of time left. The regroup's going to be slow. The Zenyatta, drunk doggo, he's just sitting there in the back. He's not going to get to this point very quickly. Oh, goodbye, Farah in the back.
There goes the Farah. Winston actually is going to be diving in. Oh, out goes the Zeno, but he gets pushed off to the ground. He'll be going on to the ground real soon. No one's just Winston desperately trying to push them off the point, obviously. He managed to take out the Winston. Out goes the Diva bomb. Will it get anyone? Nope. It doesn't manage to get anyone. They're just throwing it out for the point at this point. It's a 3v, basically whole team. So there goes the Reaper out. Managed to find the Mercy. And Drummer Boy D-Max the Diva. Would be no mech for their Diva. And their Reinhardt gets a quick res in order to regroup with the team right onto the point. They're fighting it out pretty evenly. 99% to 99%. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing more blue than red. Oh, there goes the High Noon on Lucio.
A little bit of a misstep there by Diva. Could have potentially contested, but most of her team was dead there. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. It's always good to give your best effort there.
Yeah.
So now we're on to the university, and this one, definitely a little bit of a comp switch up here, I think. I don't think we're going to see this dive. I think it's time for the all-on Brawl Fest. We got the Reinhardt Zarya's coming out on both sides.
This map kind of reminds me of the Ilios well, except when you drop down the hole, there's a nice tasty health pack waiting for you. So, yeah, there's that. And then there's various high grounds and low grounds for this the map as well. Both teams will actually be changing up their comps to what seems to basically be the same exact thing. Only difference is Jeffy's is going to be sporting the Jeff's favorite character, of course. It's the one and only Junkrat.
Yeah, it looks like this Junkrat might play a pretty big factor. Look at him, he's keeping the other team absolutely away from him, and now they're going to start swinging away. I think there's a chance here. Look at the back line.
Flame Caliber actually going for the Reinhardt. No, he does not manage to get the Reinhardt. He manages to find the Junkrat, but he gets taken out by their McCree. Yeah, Mercy going in there for the nice res. Down goes there, Reinhardt. I'm seeing more blue than red. How about you?
Oh yeah, well it's definitely on. They definitely had the point control there. They were able to push in with a little bit of a flanking kind of route going on.
Did I just hear a high noon?
Yeah, High Noon just kind of just wasted there by Agromol. You know,
Even
now,
for the reload.
however, yeah.
We're seeing more. Ooh, down goes Michael right there. That is one person now. Oh, Flame Caliber's gonna be going for their backline. He does not manage to get anyone, so he's gonna go on right back to his team. So they're gonna res Michael, and he's gonna be taking out Jeffy's. It's like that Junkrat is not proving to be too much very effective at all. There goes the High Noon and manages to take out Mercy. What a nice, tasty pick.
Tasty pick. I guess you could call it that. This is just a really long fight right now. I think they got to kind of back up here and regroup. They do have the Zarya ult now, though. That could be a pretty big way to get this point back up. But Drummer Boy's also got his. So both teams sitting on their Zarya ults, but neither team having the Hanzos right now. So it's not going to be these big combos. Maybe some light combos happening here.
I can probably see them either high nooning, or if it does come down to it, Jeffy's is gonna pull out his tire. Ooh, and there goes the triple kill! Quadruple kill by their Reaper, Flaming Caliber. He's gonna be on fire after that.
Oh yeah, that was a cut and dry play there, you know. He kind of came around. He's a little late to the party there after that grab, but he did make it in time to get his ultimate off. They were definitely in a position where they really couldn't recover from
There
that.
goes this tactical crouch. You just saw it nice and live there, boys. This tactical crouch. We're gonna see them pushing right up in. There goes the other enemies. Graviton manages to take out their Reinhardt. Michael, in trade, manages to take out their Mercy. Is now in overtime with 99% to nothing on the enemy side.
Yeah, they got the long reses now. It's going to be a little bit of a cleanup here, though.
Ooh, and
not
the
a whole lot of
cleanup is-
contest there.
99 to nothing. The objective is secured. And I think it is won by Team Blue. I'm calling them Team Blue. There's no labels yet.
Yeah,
Random
so
team.
yeah, they're going to take that. They're taking point, the Oasis there. And now, you know, we got to think about where they're going to go next. So what are your
Next
thoughts
map,
here
it's
on
gonna
this one, Hype?
I think what really I think we really have to watch out for Flame Caliber right there. He does pull a nasty Reaper. And I think their team communication is also pretty good as well. Team 2, on the other hand, on the second point, don't really know what happened to them. It's like they were a bit discombobulated. Probably not really used to the team comps they went for.
All right, well, we're making some swaps here at the moment. We're going to be heading into Route 66. This looks like we're going to get some interesting plays here on Route 66. You know, the Yellow Jackets there, who are on the blue side, were much more dominant in the second half. It looked like they kind of were warming up a little bit during that game. They started off a little bit weak, but then they kind of found their sea legs. What do you think might have factored into that one? I'm kind of, you know, I don't know. It's kind of tough for me to see there. Maybe you have some insight on that.
I think it would have to be their DPS, because and their tanks too. Their tanks were working really well. I mean, they didn't really make any like really big plays besides that Zarya grab, but in Overwatch, if the tanks and the healers can do really well, that'll really let the DPS really shine through and just wreck and roll the enemy team. I think what Velocity has to do right now is just hit Yellow Jackets where it really hurts. Like, sometimes we would see the Yellow Jackets, their DPS would go down, but their healers and the tanks are just holding on until the DPS get back, and then they would just start killing. Yeah. So we're going to be going on to the next map, which is going to be Route 66. Velocity has actually switched up some of their players. I call hacks on that.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's within the rules there, so I don't know, maybe hacking is a little bit too far there. But now, they're bringing in some folks. They definitely maybe want to try out some different strategies here. I'm not too familiar with these guys, so these folks might have something in mind, or maybe a couple heroes that they really want to bring in there to help counter against what they saw at the enemy team with the Yellow Jackets there. So Velocity coming in with 2 switches and no switches for the Yellow Jackets. They made no substitutions at this point. Now for Route 66, tell us what we want to see here on this first point. What do we want to see from tanks, from heals? I know what we want to see from DPS. I want to know what tanks you would pick here on defense.
I think for the defensive side, I would normally... I think I want to see the double shield, because here, especially this first corner right here, if you can hold a really strong defense up on the gas station and have a little, maybe an Orisa down over there to really hold in that defense, some long range DPS right there, they can basically hold it right here at this choke. Because this choke, if you can defend it really well, and if the tanks can really keep them back, keep them pushed back, not letting them get past this turn right here, you basically have yourself a win. You won't even let them get to the first point. I think this first bend and the second bend too for the very first point is a lot of choking up right there, because if you can hold it right here, you're good. They're not getting past you.
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
But then
not.
I think after the first one, after the first point, you would just keep going on, and the cart would be very hard to contest, because the second few points favor the attacking side, actually, if you look at the map design. Yeah, we're going to be seeing the D.Va and the Winston actually going up top, preparing in for the dive. The Winston and D.Va dive in. Oh, and that really puts a hinder on their team. The Reinhardt is left all alone. What is he going to do? Nope, his team regroups with him. It looks like the tides have turned. The D.Va's left alone. She gets met, and now she's going to die. Nothing brutal that. I think both.
That was definitely a dive that absolutely did not work. They kind of jumped right into the fire there, and you can't really.
Ooh, Jeffy's with the headshot on Flame Caliber.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going for another dive. Down goes their Hanzo. Looks like the gang Scurries is gonna be getting with their team. Ooh, down goes their D.Va. And that is 2 down, for 3 down for the blue team. Flame Caliber actually goes down as well. Oh, the Yellow Jacket is really taking a hit right now. Pushing them all the way back to the checkpoint, actually. There goes the Noodle Dragon. And it doesn't get anyone. Just to get some eyes on the cart. Lonely Zenyatta pushing the cart all by himself. He pushes his big fat Q button, hopefully to call his team back. So,
yeah, definitely, and Drummer Boy throwing out the mech there. This was a much better executed dive. In this case, I really think, they might be able to regroup here and actually hold this, but he's actually backing off. They got the numbers, they could contest this.
Zen goes down with a headshot. I think it's the headshot on the Zen.
Yeah, it looked like they're confused about what was going on. They definitely could have gotten on to that point and contested it. They had the numbers, and the folks were possibly able to run back there, but I guess not. Now they have a much longer run back. They're gonna have a little bit more trouble kind of contesting this early on. They're gonna have to contest it at the halfway point of this. That can be dangerous here. We also see Widows having a lot of impact here. The dive, though, kind of countering.
Tracer gets behind them. Here goes the Genji ult. We're gonna see a Genji ult. Oh, he gets taken out by headshot from Flame Caliber. Who is behind that name? Is it Pine? If it is Pine, hi Pine. If only it was, though. Looks like it. Headshots every time. And it looks like Agrominal is going to be giving their Widow a hard time. Going behind them, doing a little peak damage. Oh, he's going to be finding Addy. He gets... Ooh, still giving Addy a hard time right there on the Zen. Down goes the Zen. That is one pig for team. Velocity. think that'll be enough for them to initiate the dive. But as I said before, on this part of the map, I don't think it's that great of an place to make for a dive, because there's no really place you can dive to, and there's a lot of buildings really blocking your way. So yeah.
Not a lot of things that they could really do about that. They had a Widowmaker. You know, Flame Caliber was sitting up top. Velocity not really able to get up there. Tracer was trying to get around, but really couldn't find him in the back. So they're gonna have to take a different angle on their defense here.
It looks like the D.Va's gonna be diving right onto Silver right there. He's gonna be backing away real soon. No, there goes the Winston ult. He's gonna be pushing people off the point. Maybe he can move it a couple extra inches. Michael is actually on the Tracer, contesting the point all by himself. There's a zoning ult right there by the D.Va. They are actually pushing this cart. Oh wow, nicely, very nice. I think we got focus on our star player right here, Flame Caliber. See which head is he gonna find next? You see Eddie taking out Drunk Doggo right there. The Yellow Jacket is actually holding quite a good defense. Yeah, and so HS, what else can we expect from from Team Velocity? What can they do to really help them push right through this second part of the map?
You know, it's just going to be a really long battle here at this point. They've got the defense going here really well. They don't really have any way to break this at the moment. I think that dive might be a little bit better. Maybe they can get some dive onto this Widow.
Ooh. There goes
Not
the
really their ultimates like that.
But he gets no one, so they're not really going to go anywhere. And really no value. Oh, the D.Va dives all by herself. She's going to have to go back to her team as Ramatov actually gets on the point as Ryan. They actually have just about the same players. Not too bad. Actually, the only real difference is Agromo on the McCree instead, and Flame Caliber on the Widowmaker. There goes High Noon. He takes out Addy. Agromo with the Deadeye on Addy. There goes Zen. And the payload. Oh, they were up top, not watching out for the payload. That's a complete C9 right there. Except it's not really the end of the game, but you know, it's still a C9. They were fighting, too busy fighting up there, and instead of actually fighting them onto the cart. That's gonna give them quite a lot of time to probably make it around this corner. This is also another choke point that really get teams, is this corner, and if you can make it just past the second bit of it right here, that's basically home run for you. It's gonna be very hard for the defending team to set up again if you get them. Oh, there goes the D.Va bomb. I'm pretty sure that was a fat finger. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Oh, they have a Bastion.
Bastion is very interesting
Hanzo's
defense
ult.
here.
Hanzo actually tried to solo ult him, but Hanzo could not make that happen. Michael was like, no, you are not having this on me today. He's gonna reposition and continue to take out and blast bullets in their faces.
Yeah, he did. Now,
into his face. Ooh, and he gets taken out. As the cart is nicely chugging along. So Ajax, do you think, will there be any last minute plays to hold off the attacking team?
Nope, I think this is done. This hammer down is not going to mean anything. There's no way they're getting back on this point and staying on it. The bomb, covering it there, they're definitely capping it here. Velocity looks like there might be coming back here. Definitely a chance to tie up the series.
I do actually see it happening, but you can only see how Yellow Jackets does on defense. I think the Flame Caliber right there, he's gonna really be a huge contributor to their team, as we've seen him on the previous map. And this one too. He played the Widow, and those times when he got the headshots, there were crucial picks that really allowed the rest of his team to excel at what they were doing. Oh,
Yeah, so I think the changing it up here, we're gonna want to see on offense, just maybe again just some kind of dive. Looks like they might be running pirate ship though. That would actually be quite interesting. They might be trying to do a skill check here on Velocity. Velocity was having a little bit of trouble kind of breaking their defense before on Oasis in the university side of things. So if they're going for this, they might be thinking, hey, I'm just going to check and see if you can deal with a Bastion. You know, I think right now at the higher levels, as you get to the Masters, the Grandmasters, and of course above that, Bastion, except on Junkertown, is really just a skill check. Because there are a lot of twists and turns on Route 66, which are very easy for you to kind of jump down together and make that Bastion just not really have the time to get his damage out. You know, he's all about uptime. And if he doesn't have a lot of uptime, he can get beaten up real fast. So does the defense have that the potential to deal with that right now? I'd say absolutely. They've got the triple tank. They've got, you know, McCree's kind of an oddball in this one for sure on that, but they've got the Zenyatta, of course, which can get that Discord up on that Bastion when they turn the corner, and Orissa's shield, of course, on this fire ship, not able to hold all the different angles. So, yeah, I think they got the tools. Let's just see if they can execute it properly and not just get shut down by a Bastion.
I think we also have to watch out for a Gromwell right there on the McCree. We seen him very similar to how Flame Caliber did. He just plays in his own turf. I think he's also very promising DPS right there. You see Flame Caliber actually set up real quick. Oh, they're gonna get pulled up. I think they're waiting for their turn to pounce on them. Cromwell gets taken out quite early into the team fight. Oh, they were just waiting for it. Oh, and Bastion takes down both tanks. That is huge for Team Yellow Jackets right there. Yep, Flame Jackets is still on. No, he gets taken out, but gets quickly rezzed in order to keep the cart going. And
yep, the skill check was not met there. It was absolutely a dominating push. You can see the ult charges. They're switching to Junkrat now on Velocity to try to help counter this, but you can see their ult charge, you know, barely past the 50% mark on half their team. Only their McCree really any higher. That just kind of just goes to show how much damage they really did. It just wasn't a lot. So now they got to go. They got to try again. Skill check number 2. And on this part of the map, it's just a little bit more difficult to get that Bastion dethroned. There's only really 1 or 2 places where you can really jump on top of them. Not at the beginning here, but a little bit later.
I think what really makes the Bastion pirate ship really work is if the entire team devotes their resources to him, and we can clearly see that happening right now. He's getting shields, he's getting damage boosted. He even has a personal Bridget under Brigitte. Yep, they're just gonna continue to roll him right through, pushing them nicely off the point as Bastion ults right there. Eva gets separated from her team. Not a very good sign. The Mercy also goes down. Yep, they're just gonna be pushing it right on through. As we approach this part, it can be easy to dethrone. We'll just have to see.
Once again, just failing the skill check there, but this time in this next push, they're going to come back with a lot more ults. They're actually going to contest here with this Transcendence. Pretty good strategy as they swing around and just blow up the Bastion.
Bastion gets taken out by a Gromwell on the Tracer. He has actually switched off the Tracer. Quite a smarter pick. Ooh, down goes their Zen. And Sober's mech. Will that be enough? Yep, we got Sober over there. Jeffries and their diva does not notice a little Sober over there. She's slowly taking them out. But they do not make it to the second point with 1.95 meters to spare.
Yeah, now they're switching off that Bastion, switching to this Widowmaker because, you know, without Bastion on the point, it's a little bit more difficult to obviously set up any serious amount of damage. And now, that was just a really good execution on the defensive side. They got in there with the Transcendence, used it to get all their players onto the Bastion, and blew them as fast as they could. Unfortunately, they didn't really follow up and get the Mercy on that push when they tried to back it up there. So she was able to get that res, and it started to look a little sketchy, but they did manage to pull it through because that Bastion just didn't have the positioning at that point.
Oh, we see a Gromwell trying to frag the Flame Caliber right over there, but does not succeed. I think the Tracer has got tired of that, and so has the Widow, so they will be finding other targets. I think at this part of the map, if you're a good Widow, you're going at the attacking side, you can really get some good picks because if you see where they are coming from, she has really long range and line of sight to the cart and the choke. Just about everything, really.
Definitely, and now they're struggling to get past this choke point. Switching it off to this Reinhardt, of course, or keeping this Reinhardt is definitely a good idea at this point. It definitely helps them contest this Rein, the other Rein, and it helps them contest the ground force. There isn't really a whole lot in the air at this point. There's no Widow they have to contend with, or high ground they really have to contend with. So the Reinhardt becomes an excellent push. Yeah.
Ooh, down goes Flame Caliber. Too scary. But obviously gets rest. It's like Flame Caliber is gonna be hunting for their Tracer. Hopefully take her out quite early into the fight so that it does not. Ooh, looks like both. That's a triple kill by their Diva, taking out both supports and a very crucial DPS Flame Caliber. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Team Velocity is hitting them where it really hurts, taking out Flame Caliber. I think that's where it hurts the most. It's like their crown DPS.
Well, now he's on Tracer, and of course that's a very smart switch. Well, they got the Mercy though with this bomb. That might actually be a great time to push in now.
They're gonna be pushing. I expect him to be pushing in really hard. Drummer Boy, I expect a lot. Oh, Drummer Boy getting slowed down. They stopped the push. Team Velocity stops the push.
I think they're gonna win this one though. At this point, they've got the numbers advantage. They've got Fair up there. Fair kind of takes a dip though. That wasn't very great. Look at this payload too. They were at the very end, and look how far back it's pushed. They haven't even really touched it, and they aren't touching it right now either.
I think at this point they can just get on it because it's not as far from their spawn anymore. Yep, they're on it. No, but they only have. There's Zarya gets taken out by the tire. Rip tire. Looks like Sober. It's only Sober. Oh, down goes Agamon to Nico. I think he changed off to the Fair because seeing as the fact he has no virtual counters except Scurry right there, which if they take out early during the fight, oh, it is only him. And he's got other teammates to take care of him. Ooh, actually Michael actually managed to take out McCree. When the day when the counters get countered. Pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're gonna probably want to swap off this Pharah. It's a great on the second point, but as soon as you go indoors, it ends up being absolutely, a little bit troublesome. But now we gotta worry about a little bit of the defensive ult situation here. They're really not sitting on a whole lot. Most people sitting kind of really low at this point, and Widowmaker might not be very useful if they switch off this Pharah, which they did.
Oh, and takes out Ramatov on the Reinhardt. Looks like Addy was gonna be, and Flame Caliber's not gonna be taking out a healer, and he's taking out a crucial DPS. Akamal actually switching off to the Widowmaker. I don't even get any picks, but doesn't seem like it. Flame Caliber is just popping off with the Tracer. His positioning right now is really on point, really harassing them, and it's basically almost like a tank, but not a tank. Clearing the way for his team to push the cart almost to the very end right there. Ooh, looks like we're approaching this, approaching the very end. Is he gonna touch? Are they gonna cap? It is we do see Team Velocity actually holding on just slightly.
Yeah, they are getting a couple kills here. They might be able to stabilize if they can keep themselves up. Drummer Boy sitting still.
Oh, there goes the grab. Is anyone gonna be over there to contest? No, no one's gonna be there. Flame Caliber takes out the Scurry. Tracer. Round 2 is complete. Both have made it to the very end. Ooh, and the times are very close. Only 23 seconds of a difference to spare. Now, let's get back to the highlights of both their teams. I think both MVP DPS to be Flame Caliber and Agrimal, they are constantly switching it up to try to counter and really get each other. Except every time you take out Flame Caliber, you're really hurting their side more. Ooh, we are very up for a very close matchup in this round. It can go either sides, really. Both sides have proven themselves to both be really good at defending and or attacking. Alright, now on Team Velocity, we're going to be seeing another triple tank with Scurry on the bridge. Brigitte, triple support and triple tank, one for each person. Jeffrey's, we're going to see him actually play some support. On the Lucio. To me personally, I don't think that's nearly enough healing for their triple tank. And Flame Caliber is just gonna take advantage of that. Just feed off of him. He's gonna be setting up, nobody can ever get close to him. Every Team Velocity is actually pretty short ranged. Real damage. Ooh, it looks like Michael actually gonna get a triple kill on both supports and a tank. We're gonna have 30 seconds, and I think they will push it to the very end.
That's a 30-second ultimate charge for Maiko. You know, you can't get much better than that on Junkrat, and that pretty much cleaned them up. All that damage coming into this double tank composition. He was getting healed up by Jeffy's though. Look at him, he's got Coalescence coming up. That might be the thing they need to turn this around.
Ooh, looks like Addy's gonna be taking out Agramar. That's one less DPS to be taken care of. Oh, looks like they are able to dethrone the Bastion, but he does get res. Let's see how this goes. Out goes the Beats by Dre. I'm seeing a lot more red. How about you? Ooh, we're actually going to be seeing the blue team actually regroup up. Oh, they almost leave the cart. Overtime is ticking down. Where they get out? Oh, Diva touches the cart. Three of them touch the cart. There goes the Diva Bomb. And it gets no one except Miggy's on up. We're still into overtime. They have switched up the heroes from, what was it, a Rhyme into a Winston. They're pushing them off the point and capping it. Still in overtime though. Michael getting off another tasty double. Oh,
yeah, looking like they're just sustaining pretty well on this point. Not much to really add here. It's looking like that there's just not a lot of damage. But look at these ultimates, I guess. Velocity does probably going to clear him off this point pretty quickly. As long as that Junkrat tire gets a connect, he's going to pop it from the top of the bar right now.
Oh, there goes the tire and the Diva Bomb. Ooh, the Diva Bomb finds Michael, and Scurry finds the tire on Drummer Boy. But Michael gets res by their Mercy. Looks like Team Velocity may be pushing right onto point with that Moira ult. And with the team kill, round 3 is done. He defends it just as it passes the first point.
Well, they got a long, you know, they got a big shoes to fill here on Velocity side. It's a pretty big ask to get that far with the payload, especially, but both teams did really well on point A. So it's definitely not outside the question here. I think we might be seeing a, oh yeah, see this Reaper here on defense. Oh, it looks like we might be seeing the triple healer on defense, which is definitely might work well in their favor. They can definitely brawl out the point at this first corner and maybe even get a second recontest at the very end. Farah potentially on the offense here. With the comp that they have on this defense right now, that might put a damper in their plans. They don't know it's coming, but that could be a big deal. It could be big.
And I agree, because there's no McCree or Soldier, nor Widow, for that matter, to counter their Pharmacy combo. We're actually going to be seeing, what is that? I think it's pretty standard comp. You know, that you would see in regular solo competitive play, a Diva and a Reinhardt.
Yeah, Diva Reinhardt is, you know, one of the ways you can do it on defense or on offense here. I don't know too much about doing that though. On this point, I'd really prefer to see the Winston Diva to get in that back line. If you're expecting some kind of back defense after you push the cart, get on those supports that kind of tend to stay high ground. But also, you know, Zarya tends to be a little bit better pairing with Reinhardt, so you might be able to build a grab in the extra 30 seconds you got.
Ooh, Farah actually boops off the Reinhardt, so the Reinhardt's gonna be going down real soon. Nope, but Drummer Boy and their whole team regrouped to help him out. Michael He goes in way too deep, but he finds the shots on Jeffy's. They are still pushing the point. Surprised, yes.
Still on the point, but Jeffy's being down is a pretty big deal. They get the res on him, but that might be a little bit. They've been putting the back foot there, and oh, he's down again.
Takes them out. They are down again, but Drummond Boy gets taken out by their Reinhardt. I think that'll put a real damper in.
Well, his defense has one chance to regroup here, and they are kind of squandering it here. They need to jump on that point and just try to die. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. There's just not going to be a whole lot of time for them to regroup. And they're also not sitting on the ult advantage here much either. It's looking like a little bit of a down foot. Velocity, I don't think they're going to make it. It's going to be close. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, we're going to see a high noon maybe. Around does have Deadeye. He's nowhere to be seen at this moment. Oh, he's coming up from right behind. There goes the high noon. Michael takes him out with the headshot as he's high nooning. That will really put a damper in Team Velocity's plans. Down goes Earth Shatters, and he comes out with the Transcendence. There goes Michael's ult, takes out 2 of them. Both tanks go down. There goes the grab, but it is just not enough to kill them. And victory goes to Team Yellow Jackets.
Wow, what a hype ending there. That high noon, it was looking like he was going to be able to get that Reaper right as he came out of raid form, but if you watch, I think this might be the play at the end. If you watch here, oh, it's just right after. That's too bad. He was able to
right at the end.
Shot off before the high noon got shot off. So we were able to see this clean up here at this point. But really, that high noon was the true play of the game right before that, where he stopped probably a triple kill.
If Michael was not there to take him out, I think Team Velocity might have gotten it due to Deadeye. And since they were pretty low on resources in the middle of a team fight, they can't really all turn their defenses over to their McCree to really stop his Deadeye. But
yeah, definitely stop the Deadeye there, and in the first push too, there was definitely a decisive push with that Bastion. I think right now, if I was Velocity going into the locker room, I would be thinking about Bastion. So now we're gonna move into Hanamura, and Hanamura, this is definitely a map that is played in Overwatch. Tell me a little bit more about it.
it's a 2 CP map, and from what we've seen from Flame Caliber, he might be still going on Reinhardt. Reaper. And 2 CPs or any control point map really favors Reaper, since there's not much to go. There's not much to push. He can flank. He can brawl right onto the point, and if he plays it right, he will get his ult, and he's gonna do his ult on point, because is generally where everybody will be, unless the Overwatch myth legends are true that no one will be contesting the point or cart. I think we really have to watch out for Flame Caliber. Velocity, I think they're very afraid of Flame Caliber right about now.
Oh, sure. And for Velocity's side, Hype, who would you say is their DPS that really needs to step up their game?
It has got to be a Grommel. He's been trying to play the DPS, but I think he needs to step it up to the same caliber as Flame Caliber right over there. So yeah, Grommel, we've seen him pull off some nice picks, but not anything too special in terms of plays. Flame Caliber, on the other side, on Yellow Jackets, he's been pulling off the picks, the plays, and really just shining as a DPS. And I think that's all thanks to his tanks and heals.
So as we go into Hanamura here, can you possibly tell me a little bit more about Flame Caliber? I think that he is definitely the top player on the Yellow Jacket side, and Flame Caliber is definitely the most syllables of almost anyone in this game. I think Captain Conundrum might be the only person who beats him in terms of syllable count. So what do you think? Flame Caliber, can he handle that he's second place in one of the categories for this game?
I don't think he'll settle for that. I think he's gonna be aiming for MVP of this match.
So how do you think he could add more syllables to his name? I mean, Flame Caliber already has
Flaming Caliber.
but that's still 2 syllables. I mean, Flame. Oh no, you're right. Flame is 1. Flaming is 2. But then it's Captain Conundrum. That's 5 syllables. Flaming Caliber. That's 5 syllables. He's still 1 short. But we gotta add 1 more at least.
We'll just
What
combine
other syllable?
Michael right over there, because tonight we've also seen him popping off, especially with that Junkrat that we've seen in the previous matches, previous rounds.
Oh yeah, he's definitely done good. Maybe we could combine their names actually. How about Myco Flame Caliber to produce the ultimate many-syllabled name and player?
That could possibly get him to the Overwatch League. We'll see. We'll be seeing that in the grand finals.
El Hanamura is the map that we are going to play, and this the 3rd map of this match between
The last and
Jacket
final map.
and Velocity. And Drummer Boy, what do you think about that Christmas Carol, the Little Drummer Boy? Is that possibly where he got his name? I'm starting to
Maybe
think that might be it.
So. I think I'm pretty sure he was the one playing the tanks. Tanks, right? Yeah, tanks.
Yeah.
Well, not much to say about him. He does pull off a pretty good Zarya. We've seen him get some nice, saucy, and tasty grabs.
The tastiest grabs. And grabs, you know, to me, are one of the most important parts of Overwatch. And we do know that Zarya is actually getting a little bit of a nerf on her Graviton Surge coming up in the next patch. I am actually really excited for that. Tell me, what do you think we should do if we're a Zarya main right now? What's the plan? Do we keep playing Zarya right now? I know she's getting a little bit of a buff, but I wonder if it's too much of a nerf to her grab for her to stay in the game.
I think it's the same thing when it went for Mercy when they completely changed her ult. At first, players were like, "Jeff, what are you doing? You just nerfed her to the ground." So I think touching any hero's ultimate would really deter a lot of its player base.
Oh man, Miko getting that early pick. But Flame Caliber, look at him already
He's
at
on the Junkrat.
6% health or ult charge. That's absolutely insane.
We're seeing Michael over here right on the Widow. He's be aiming down his sights. Oh, the Diva goes in and triggers the trap. We're gonna be leaving Reinhardt all alone on this point. There's the team Velocity pushes right in. And Team Yellowjack is gonna have to push right back off as they get distracted with Agramo.
But look at Flame Caliber here. Got his ultimate.
There goes his tire. Ooh, and it takes out both healers and Diva's mech. Down goes their Reinhardt. You see them brawl it out right onto the point. Down goes their Mortar as well from Michael.
Now, that is just the tale of this Yellow Jackets team. Senior Mr. Miko Flame Caliber, pretty much carrying the entire game. You see how many syllables I added to his name? I mean, geez, we could add even more. I think next time he makes a play like that, I'm gonna add some more there, hey. But for now, look at these ults on the defense. They've got Zen ult, they've got Mercy ult, they've got a Zarya ult at 90%. I think that this is going to be their fight to lose.
That does not favor Team Velocity. Down goes actually most of their team. Reinhardt charges right in and manages to pick off Drunk Doggo. And just in time for Diva to get back, he's like, no, where's my team? Down goes Captain Conundrum to Michael with the headshot.
Yeah, I really wish we saw more Flame Caliber on that kill feed. He's only sitting at 51% ult charge.
He's once again back to 50.
The real story of that fight was sober, with a sobering hammer down, taking the drunken off the velocity push. Drummer Boy now has his ult. I think we're gonna see a grab now.
Oh, we're gonna actually be seeing 3 ults on Team Velocity side. We're gonna see a grab. We're gonna be seeing the Earth Shatter and Captain Conundrum's ultimate, but they won't be able to pull it off right now because they just got grabbed, and they are all going down to Flame Caliber and Sober. There goes his early tire. Oh, it's gonna be finding its next target. Dun 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 dun. Who will it get?
I think that was a little bit of
Ooh,
a
and it does not get it.
misfire on Flame Caliber Senior Esquire McGee's part. I mean, for how much we've hyped him up, that was disappointing.
That was pretty disappointing. We're gonna have to knock him down a few kicks. We're gonna focus on what is happening right here. There goes the grab. There goes the Earth Shatter. Both slightly even for more from both teams, but I am seeing more blue than there is red.
That was a 6-person shatter. Sober. Stepping it up. Maybe we should be adding more syllables to his name. Senior Esquire Sober. McGee.
Captain Sober.
Chan. Oh, sorry, I added that anime bit in there. Forgive me.
Oh, there goes the Diva Bomb. Will it get one? Oh, yes, to get the triple kill. Captain Conundrum will be winning it for their team, letting them right on to the point. Ooh.
Captain Conundrum letting them know who has the most syllables in their name as he just dominates with that ultimate. He just timed it perfectly with the positioning of the Reinhardt there. Sober his shield was so far forward, there's no way for them to really counteract it. So now they get another 4 minutes to capture this point B. Flame Caliber letting us know in chat, just so you don't know, you can't see the chat out there, folks, but he said good bomb. So he's really showing that he has the best sportsmanship, even if he doesn't have the most syllables in his name.
I think what really got them there was Team Yellow, they held a pretty good defense, but the team was split. Half the team was behind them, and the other half was holding up defense. So when you launch surprise Diva nuke, the Reinhardt shield's not there to protect you. And looks like they're gonna be rolled right off. Velocity.
Oh, the Mercy Res destroyed by Addy. Stopped him in his tracks. That might have been.
Sober mix it out.
That might have been the entire match for them. Wow, what a great job on his part. They didn't even get a tick there.
Just almost, but barely. Oh, down goes Flame Caliber.
Yeah, Flame Caliber is not invincible, as the legends say. Honestly...
Ooh, Jeffy's takes out Michael with the headshot. I'm pretty sure Michael was not aiming for that. You see some swap ups.
Res out of it too.
They have a team chock full of ults. I don't think in the next minute or so, Team Velocity is gonna touch this point anytime soon. Gonna get another team right. Out goes the grab. Out goes the tire. Boom! It gets Agramol. But that, what happened? And Sober and Flame Caliber actually follow it up pretty nicely.
Drummer Boy
wipe off the team.
On that play came below the bridge. He knew they were coming. He knew that there's a Diva there that might eat his ultimate. So instead of just firing it directly at him, he fired it at the bridge below them. A very heads-up play on his part. Flame Caliber, of course, was the true MVP there, though, because Flame Caliber threw that wheel into that grab. You can't get much better tire than that.
It didn't only take out one person in a mech, but that was enough damage to let his team really just do the cleanup, sanitation work. Taking out the trash.
All right, yeah, they got to get the plates because they just got served by that combo.
And they still have 3 ults to go. Never mind, it's just 2 healer ults and a Rhino ult. Very good for defense. There goes the Earth Shatter. That managed to get a lot of them. I think the entire team is down. Reinhardt pushes right in. Leaving the Diva all alone. Diva goes down. And yeah, Reinhardt seems to have pushed off all on his own once again.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna get this Mercy too. She was in the wrong place. Drunk Doggo getting sobered up just like before. Those names perfectly matching up in the kill feed. Oh.
I think this was all planned by their team.
But at the end of the day, we now have Flame Caliber sitting at 50% ult charge. I honestly think Flame Caliber might get his ult on this next push.
Ooh, there goes the grab. That goes 3 of them. There goes the Diva Bomb, and that's a triple kill by Captain Conundrum. Another triple kill. Taking out Flame Caliber and Maiko. Both
But more importantly,
really
Flame
big
Caliber,
CS.
because now he's not going to be able to get that ult that I thought he was going to get to save the day.
Oh, Addy and Sober. Neko actually makes it onto the point. Down goes their Reinhardt to bury. The Noodle Dragon. Drummer Boy surviving. And so is Maiko surviving just barely. As Maiko gets harassed by Captain Conundrum and Ramatov. They have switched up to the complete dive comp. They really have to get onto this point. The clock is ticking down. It is into overtime. Ooh, looks like they have gotten one ticket and it's still contested. They have to group up and get right onto the point. That's another trick. Will they get another to bring it home? No win for a 2-0 at this moment.
Oh yeah, it's all over but the crying now as Velocity showing that it is the overtime champion, getting both points in the overtime. You see what I did there? That is the magic there of playing with words. But the 5,000 IQ bomb there from D.Va, that grab combo that they put on that offense, just absolutely well timed, well executed. They got all 3 people up on that high ground that were really causing them a lot of grief there, and were able to throw that bomb at this perfect angle. I've actually in all of my time watching Overwatch, I've not seen that angle on Hanamura. That's definitely a play to contend with there. But now they got to switch sides, and now Flame Caliber will be put to the test once again. Let's see if he can find those early picks. But let's talk a little bit about these Brigidas that they keep showing and not using. Is this just a running meme hype, or is there some kind of ritual that they have with these Brigidas?
I think they aren't trying to run it, because as we see, Scurry and trying to pair off with Ramatov, but since they are on the defense, so I would suggest a pretty good pick. And Drummer Boy is actually also going to be going on the Brigitte as well, with a triple tank. Oh, triple support, triple tank. Pretty straightforward. I think without any DPS, they do lack maybe a bit of killing power. There is absolutely no range whatsoever, and on Team Velocity, they have Agrimal on McCree. Somewhat a bit of a range, but I expected Flame Caliber to actually be on the Reaper, to really take advantage of Sober's Earth Shatters and pairing up with Maiko to carry their team to the victory. So they are 1-1. Whoever wins this one.
1-1 indeed.
We'll
Look
take
at
it home.
boys, they're going
Oh,
fast.
they're gonna be going in really quick with the Lucio boost. They're already getting right onto the point. Bridget actually goes down. Agrimal takes out Drummer Boy. Neko also goes down to Ramatov. Oh, looks like the Reinhardt charges right off to the point. Sober takes out Ramatov. And
It's almost like they saw Goat Comp coming. Now, for those that don't know, this triple heal or triple support was popularized by a contenders team called Goat. Or the Goats or something. I don't remember what their actual name was, but they call it Goat Comp, basically. And because of that, it looks like they anticipated that they actually have their own little counter to that kind of diving thing. And now they've got the ultimates ready to go. They've got this Brigitte ult. Drummer Boy went out
rally.
so fast.
Captain Conundrum with the Conundrous Diva Bomb. We're gonna also see Agrimal with his High Noon. His Deadeye. He's gonna be staying right on top of him. There goes the High Noon. Will it be able to get anyone? No, he just does it for the reload. Does not get anyone. Ooh, out goes the Earth Shatter. Michael manages to take out Captain Conundrum. There goes another Earth Shatter. Takes out Addy gets put against the wall, but no one goes down. I'm seeing more blue and then red on this point. How about you?
I think that's it. It's they built up most of their ults here too, so they got a pretty good chance to just kind of combo this onto the next point. It's just going to be a question of whether they can get there get through the defense that they have waiting for them. They do have this rally, and that's going to be the key. And oh, they even get a mercy pick here.
Mercy.
If they get on that point quickly, she's not going to be in the fight. This could be it.
I think this might be it for team. I think Yellow Jackets might take home the win. Oh, there goes the rally, pushing them right onto the point. They're gonna be going on real nice and quick. Oh, there goes.
Denied.
Oh, the team gets. She ate the ult. Denies. What?
The legendary Flame Caliber losing the Graviton Surge and thus losing his entire team the fight here. It was all up to him, and now Flame Caliber, formerly known as Senior Miko, Flame Caliber Esquire McRegus.
He's gonna lose all of his syllables now.
It's all gone. It's just Flame Caliber now.
We might as well just call him Caliber.
I think it's now Omega Captain Conundrum.
He just ate that ult. But
Yeah, just Flame. Just Flame.
he's just Flame now.
If he messes up again, we'll just call him Flop. Or
Just F.
or me. Can't have Flame Caliber without me. Or I. Or Burr for you for your World of Warcraft fans out there.
They're gonna be grouping up real nice and quick right about here. We're gonna be seeing Sober and Miko with the ults. And Miko closing in really fast. He's gonna be trying to run over there with his fat. You can see his belly just jogging up and down, getting fatter by the minute. Ooh, looks like Agramo is actually getting changing the tides. Swinging down to the Reaper. Oh, he gets denied by the Bridget. Miko manages to take out Captain Conundrums. Mac right there. Agramo manages to take out Michael. And Dumber Boy gets taken out. That's a nice takeout of the trash. Oh, there goes Lucio as well. Who's contested point.
Well, if you want to watch 4 more minutes of team pushing in to no avail, then that's what you're going to see if they don't make some swaps. And as you can see, they are making those swaps now. You're walking into a Reaper Brigida combo, and you're going to get nowhere. So we see the swaps now. They're going to keep their rally, it looks like. Going to get this Pharah now, which is actually very good. But aggro, look at that. There's a game within a game here happening. Didn't predict it. He just hit tab and switched off of it after he saw the Pharah. It's a battle of spawn points at this point.
Oh, there goes the rally. They're gonna be rallying in. They have extra armor. They're gonna be taking them right into the point with the Lucio. Oh, Michael actually goes around for the flank. Goes behind them, going in with some rockets. We'll see them actually go off at the high ground. Somber actually found an enemy. His enemy was the wall. He just had to charge that. There goes the Diva Bomb. I think it's gonna find Neko. No, it does not find anyone. Yep. I think he lost a syllable for that. Oh, there goes the Earth Shadow, but he gets denied by the Bridget. Gets taken out quite early. There goes the Graph. Gets all of them.
Flame Caliber is going to be swapping here because that is not a grab of someone who is going to keep playing Zarya. Flame Caliber, he's back down to F. He's just F. That's it.
F over there. He's gonna be only having 25%. Is he gonna make the switch? I think he. Nope, never mind. I don't think he's gonna be making the switch.
Let's all pay respects to Flame Caliber here.
Press F.
Pay respect.
They're still running.
But now Flame Caliber's gonna have to build this ult up again. And fast. They only have 2 minutes left. Miko on the Hanzo now, though. That could be the combo they need to try to wrap this up.
I think we're gonna see Neko Bui actually probably pulling off his ult to push him back and really get his team right onto the point. Splashing that peanut butter and jelly right into the enemy's faces. It can be very confusing sometimes. There goes the High Noon. He takes out Neko Bui. That's it. They really have no other ult to help with that. We only have Zen ult, Addy's ult right over there. But is he gonna press Q to Fat Finger? Yep, he goes for it. Keeps his team nice and alive. But he is not where his team needs him to be. There goes the Earth Shadow by Sober. Takes out their Reinhardt. And they follow it up with a zoning out from Miko. Gets onto the point. There goes the rally. There goes Captain Conundrum's Diva Bomb, but gets blocked by Somber. There goes Flame Caliber with a nice grab. Getting him out of him. Ooh! Mamatov gets taken out.
Oh, minute on the
Point
clock!
goes to
Minute
Team
on the clock! Do you see that?
Yellow Jackets.
They aren't even gonna get a chance. Velocity not gonna even get a chance to come back here. They barely pulled that off in a minute.
With a minute.
For those that don't know, we might
I
be
don't know.
watching. 59 seconds means that they would get a minimum of 1 minute on the clock, so they'd be put up 1 second there. But that 1 second would have to go to the other team. They have to have a minute, so that'd be a minute 59 to a minute left. But now with that 1 minute on the clock, that perfect timing there, what was looking like an economy push turned into a double headshot from Miko, and that double kill from that Hanzo just turned into a full out push. They decided to say, hey, let's just start throwing ults out here, and Addy popped the Transcendence to start that off. I mean, it was just a cascading of good ultimate decisions there on the side of Yellow Jackets, and it paid off big time.
I think what also really helped them was at the very end there, we saw Michael launch his ult at a questionable place, but that was all really to zone him off and help his team secure the point just a little bit further. I think Flame Caliber has regained his name because he did do that graph. It helped their Reinhardt really get in there, become that big DPS that he's always wanted to be, and help take him out. Everything was had a cascading effect, as you said, and attributed to the win for team. It's the Yellow Jackets. Yep, they're actually gonna be running the May. Oh, there goes the May wall. They're gonna be sneaking right into the wall over there. He's gonna get frozen. Both sides are actually running the May. Ooh, it looks like Flame Caliber's May is actually gonna be going down first. Sombra actually gets taken out into the fight. They're still sitting ducks in that little room. What do you think is gonna happen next, HX9?
Well, I think that we might be seeing a draw here. There's just not enough time. Not enough time to come back here at this point. I would have liked to have seen those three back out instead. If they backed out and regrouped, they actually might have had 6 players for this next push, and then they would have been a little bit at an advantage here instead of at a disadvantage. Jeffies would have still been running back. And in he goes.
Agromo is going to be coming up on the Deadeye. There goes the Deadeye to really zone them all off, and they cannot touch the point. And it's a draw. Wow. That's 0 points, and it is 1-1 out of 3 maps, so 2 teams are, I guess, equal. I personally thought Yellow Jackets would have the win because due to the DPS carries and their dynamic duo of Michael and Flame Caliber, I think that would have those two really, they're like the MVPs of their team.
Absolutely, and with that, we are going to go ahead and call it a night, folks. This has been an Overtime's Champion broadcast. The Yellow Jackets versus Velocity. Yellow Jackets taking the series 2-0 with a draw at the end on Hanamura. I'm HX9, and I am followed about at, you can follow me at Twitter, HXZ9, on Twitch at HXZ9, and I'm here with Hype. Hype, tell us your socials here.
You can find me on YouTube. I'll be making them nice, tasty videos for you on YouTube. It is the same as a No Hypecaster. Unfortunately, as you see here today, it is not No Hypecaster, but YouTube is No Hypecaster.
And that's, again, once we're going to, again, cut it off here. Remember, watch out for your flanks, folks, because Sombra's coming, and she's going to be invisible forever next week. Until then, cross your fingers.